I'm back. I'm calling.
But both events have escalated his money and influence. R. Kelly is no longer represented by his label and publisher, but both events have helped rather than dimmed his money and influence. When they say money, and we all know that he's not collecting anything, but his sales from people going to go buy albums and people doing this and they want to hear R. Kelly here and there. That's what they talking about. That it was the inflation of sales. So let's read. In the short time since Lifetime's release of a bombshell documentary detailing R. Kelly's alleged, now wait a minute, if this publisher is saying alleged, why can't everybody else say it? But let's go forth. Detailing R. Kelly's alleged years long history of sexual assault, everything has changed for the R&B singer, and nothing has. Listen to that parable. They says everything has changed for the R&B singer, and nothing has. So, what do y'all believe that they are trying to implement or imply? And once again, this is interactive. You can call in at 470-355-8221 because I want to interact with y'all just like y'all interact with us. Sonya Price said R. Kelly needs to drop their ass. He can always start over with no problem. Sonya Price, sit right there. Sit right there. I want you to finish listening to what's going on because you're jumping out there. Now, what they said was everything has changed for the R&B singer. And then it says, and nothing has. That means an injunction somewhere. Something has changed. But have anything really changed? That's the question. Oh, so you're good. But that was a great answer. But I want to bring you to speed of what they're trying to say. Now check this out. Around 20 million TV viewers watched the six-part series titled Surviving R. Kelly. Within the first week of its January 3rd debut, according to the cable network, the film ruled headlines and global news outlets. It set social media utterly all right. The last Friday, reports began emerging that Sony, which owns R. Kelly's record label RCA, here's where we get into the three-part deals. For anybody that's trying to be R. Kelly's record label, RCA Records has finally, after protests and pressure from music fans, as well as members of the industry, reached a sharp peak, come to an agreement with the singer to part ways. Okay. If they reached a sharp peak with R. Kelly, how was he dropped? They have agreed to do what? Part ways. Meaning, Sony have to give R. Kelly his just due. Oh, you see where it's going? So when they agreed to split, but that means whatever R. Kelly does after that split, Sony don't get nothing, right? Well, when R. Kelly went back and said, wait, I need my masters. That's when the jail stuff started coming. Think about it. That's when the jail stuff started coming. That's when they started reaching out to people that presumed to be close to him that went on the news media and said that he liked little girls. Think about it. I'm going to bring it all into conjunction for you. And for the people that say, no knowledge is being spit over here, I want y'all to pay attention because maybe y'all will learn something. Trust me, from somebody that knows what's going on versus fans. Okay. So, look at what's really going on here. Look at what's going on. Dom K. Right. And I'm going to play that song because I want people to look at what Robert is saying. He's asking them, where the fuck is my money? And I had somebody tell me today, well, Dana, he was complaining about sleeping in the home with suites. Think about it. You go from the Hamptons to the Homewood. You ain't used to living like that. When you was living like that, that was fine. But when you start making revenue, you start living a different lifestyle. And when you live in that lavish lifestyle, you don't want to go back to where you used to be. The reason why you don't want to go back is because you've been there already. You know what it's like. But you want to continue living this lavish lifestyle that you have worked hard to live. Now, somebody asked me, well, Dana, do you agree with the girls are saying? And I said, well, if you show me a girl, I'll totally say I agree. But then they say, well, the young ladies, but I said, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. I asked one question. When Rob hitchhiked from LA to Chicago, right? When he was sleeping outside, where were these women at then? When Rob was in the studio perfecting his craft, when Rob was at the train station in Chicago, where was these women at then? Hey, Dom, hold on, bro. Don't distract the crowd. Chill. Hold on. Where was Rob money at then? Where was y'all ladies at? Was y'all in a gym with Rob when he was perfecting his craft? I don't think so. And if y'all wasn't in a gym while he was perfecting his craft, why do y'all believe y'all are entitled to get anything from him? I heard somebody say, well, you know, they spent time with Rob, they was in a situationship or they was in a relationship and they only left with nothing. Well, if you're not married, you leave with the same thing you came with. Oh, well, Rob is a superstar. He could have gave them something. He did give them something. A good memory, a great time, a rock star lifetime for the time being. And when it's over, what more do you want? He took care of households. So what more do you want? Oh, no, I'm not with Robert, so I don't want nobody else to be with him, so I'm going to take him down. So you want to take him down behind a lie. Well, here's what I'm going to tell everybody. When you lie like that, right? Hold on. 115, go for it. When you lie like that, there's a thing called prosecution. There's a thing called a defense. There's a thing called the federal court. There's a thing called the jury stand. And that jury stand ain't kind to nobody. It don't have a color. It don't have a creed. It don't have no type of code. It don't have boundaries. It only have one thing. Say what happened. If you lie, that stand is coming for your ass. That's why you see people now embellishing on, I just want to civil out of court. Well, let's go here. I told y'all once before. If there was any payouts, even if Rob didn't do it, if anybody took a payout on behalf of Robert Spencer Kelly, that court proceeding cannot go forward because the court had a remedy, and that person had a remedy, and a remedy was fulfilled. Even if they didn't get everything they were supposed to get, a remedy was fulfilled. So, since a remedy was fulfilled, how is Geronda able to come back and start all this shit? Well, let's ask a question. Why is Geronda so quiet? That's a question. Why is Geronda so quiet? Why is Lisa Van Allen so quiet? I'm going to tell you why. Because we have people that portray to fight for R. Kelly that want to go ham at them. And then they say, well, that's our right. You don't have a right when the jurisdiction change. That's how I know that people don't know about the judicial system. Once the jurisdiction change, you don't have a right until you go and create a remedy for that jurisdiction. When Rob was in state court, the judge said, we're going to go with the strongest case. So if the strongest case is Lanita Carter, every other case going to get thrown the fuck out. Because that case going to get thrown out. Because there was a remedy that was met. So let's finish hearing what they had to say. RCA's website no longer includes Kelly on its artist roster. And while the record label has not returned any media requests for comment, one can assume his name won't appear there again. But what may seem like a major blow to Kelly's career, or at least a significant victory in the popular movement of Me Too to diminish his influence, is actually neither. Though details of the split between Kelly and his label have not come to light, a record company letting go of an artist typically just means it won't release music from them in the future. Yet both parties will continue to profit off of all past music releases as long as those releases are in distribution. It is unusual for splits to result in a label releasing the rights of a back catalog. It is unusual for splits to result in a label releasing the rights of a back catalog, which would cut off its revenue stream from that catalog, sources say. I don't know if anybody knows exactly what dropping R. Kelly means. Presumably, Sony and RCA will continue to distribute his back catalog and the royalties will continue to flow as they were. Lisa Alter. I'm giving y'all a nugget. Go research Lisa Alter. Lisalter. Lisa Alter, a top music attorney who specializes in copyright law, tells Rolling Stone, moreover, the split may have actually resulted in an unanticipated extra payout for Mr. Kelly. If the label had a contractual obligation to release additional material, which they had, because he had two albums ready to go, and didn't want to do it, it might make a financial statement with the artist, because otherwise they could be potentially sued by the artist for that loss of income. Also says the exact worth of those unreleased albums is a number negotiated between the two parties. And high-profile artists are rumored to have commanded payouts in the millions, sometimes billions in the past. I'm going to stop right there. R. Kelly, where is my fucking money? If R. Kelly would have been still on Sony, he would have still been puppeteered. But now that he has split, because of the label choosing to split, he want to know, where is his fucking money? And now that Rob have people around him like myself, like other folks, who's keeping him abreast, like, yo, this was going on, yo, this ain't 5%, this ain't 8%, this ain't 10%, this ain't this ain't that, this ain't this ain't that. R. Kelly now want to know how much really was taken from him. I'm going to give y'all a number. Let's do some homework. I'm going to do it. Tell me if y'all come up with the same figure. Here we go. Sony owned 34%. of his publishing times, I'm going to say this, multiply 34% times 9 million. I'm supposed to be doing it with y'all, I'm sorry. 0.34 times 9. What did y'all come up with? I came up with 360 million. Is that what y'all came up with? Hey, Lakeisha, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Dom, you came up with 360 million? Mm-hmm. So multiply 360 million times, to be exact, 7 million. I came up with 2.142. Show you what I came up with. Divide that by 10%. And then divide that. Hold on, wait a minute. Divide that. Then divide that by 4 million. This is what's missing from R. Kelly's overall account. Which is highway robbery. So, in order for him not to get what just due is his, you lock him up. You lock him up and you come up with some excuse. Say this. It disgraced me on Friday to see Avenatti get out when he violated probation or community supervision. It disgraced me to see Harvey Weinstein move to a halfway house and mid of COVID-19. But you mean to tell me a man who haven't been charged of anything, not charged, who haven't been found guilty of anything, can't get the same treatment? You mean to tell me Bill Cosby can't get the same treatment? I'm talking about, Jello, put it pause. And I'm talking about, he's a bad man. They can't get the same treatment. But you expect me to sit back and find out when it's too late that Rob has been unjustly done. One thing I won't do is attack anybody while they still on federal papers. But baby, when you off some papers, as Michael Jackson said, your bud is mine. I can say what I want. As long as I want. But as long as them federal papers are intact, I won't be the reason why my guy won't come home. Next thing, I'm going to say this, and we're going to continue on. Now that we know what R. Kelly was just due, the question is, who would benefit the most if R. Kelly comes home? Now, here's where y'all interact with me. I need y'all to tell me who will benefit the most if R. Kelly comes home. Would it be R. Kelly? Would it be Robert Kelly? Because they are two different people. Same person, two different entities. So would it be R. Kelly that would benefit or Robert Kelly? Would it be the kids or the friends? Let's talk about it. Somebody said the fans. Somebody said himself. Well, you can't say himself, Marlon, because you got to figure out, is it R. Kelly or is it Robert Kelly? The judge is paid to keep him in jail. Corrupt, nothing else. I don't believe that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if that was the case, the judge wouldn't have made in her denial what she made. She clearly put why she don't want to let him go. Even though I believe that the movement that her daughter runs with have a lot to do with it. And because Gloria Allred's husband, or I guess her daughter's husband, is one of the chief judges of that courthouse in New York, I truly believe that got something to do with it. So don't think I'm naive to the fact. Somebody said R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, his family, both Label, Rob, Drea. Drea days almost over. Robert Kelly, wait a minute, okay. R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, Robert Kelly and his children. Robert, Tone G said 2 words, publicity and extortion. Hey, Dana. Hey, how you doing? It's deeper than that. Gwendolyn, call in. 470-355-8221. I want to know just how deep you think it is. I want to know. Aaron, take your number off here, bro. And we got stalkers on the loose. Who the fuck is Drew down? I don't like new people just popping up. Robert Kelly. Okay. All right, well, here's what I would say. I would say who will benefit the most is Robert Kelly. Because you don't know if R. Kelly is going to come out. You don't know if Robert is going to say fuck R. Kelly and change his whole identity when it comes to music. You don't know if he's going to do a Prince. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. Only thing you keep hearing is Rob saying he's done with R. Kelly. Here's my thing. I wouldn't want to stick to something that hurt me or something that remind me of a past. I don't know if y'all been listening to when I first came on here, when my channel opened. I said the craziest thing is if R. Kelly changes his brand. Why? Sony and them will be able to eat off of anything titled R. Kelly. But anything going forth, title, anything else, since they split, they can't eat off that, and they gotta pay him for the 2 albums that wasn't released by them. Not to mention, they still gotta pay him for not getting behind the Buffet album while he was on the label. Things that make you go, I'm gonna give you something to think about from a logical perspective. So we all know what he's owed. The question is, who's behind it? Well, I've heard a lot of people say Quincy Jones. I've heard a lot of people say Epic. Heard a lot of people say Sony. Hold on. You're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you?
Hi, Dana. This is Gwendolyn.
Hey, Gwen. How are you? Welcome to the show.
All right. How are you?
I'm fine, and you, Gwen?
All right. I just feel like the reason why I said it's deeper than that, too, I agree with everything you said. But like you said, it's someone that owes him a whole lot of money. And for him to be where he is, it's like they're trying to build pillar blocks to try to keep him there. Because every time there's some light, there's something else to throw on top of it. So I feel like it's just something a whole lot. I feel like he's really been owed a lot of money for a long, long time. And I think that they know it, so they're just trying to make the situation look worse than what it really is.
So let me ask you this question. And let's play devil's advocate, right?
Yes.
Could it be the person that's really behind this is the person that was once the closest to Robert?
I believe that does play an intricate role, but I believe that it's someone that has a whole lot of money that knows Robert and knows that they owe him. And it's beyond what we know about.
Okay, now I'm about to open your eyes about something. Do you believe it could be people that don't know Robert, but they are invoking this because they were promised things concerning Robert that Robert never knew nothing about?
Yes. I believe that there are several people that's in the midst of it. It's a whole lot of people that promise a whole lot of different things. And I believe that we'll see it.
Or let me ask you this. Could it be somebody that know Robert well, that made side deals without Robert knowing, to upper echelon people that are very high, and they owed Robert, and Robert owed them, meaning the upper echelon people, via deals that were made by people that know Robert, and because the people can't be found that made the deals, Robert got to be the one to suffer for it. Could that be the possibility?
That sounds promising. Sounds very promising.
So I'm gonna ask you this question: with that being promising, right?
Yes.
And that could sound right?
Yes.
With that being said, could it be the fact that they seen a talent before they seen the man, and it suppressed everybody's psyche of how talented Robert was and is and will ever continue to be, to the point where people are so terrified of him because of what he might expose and going back getting his just due.
Yes. I believe that because see, he's had a lot of time to think. He has a lot of time to think of the people that's been around him, the things that was done that he didn't know about, the things that coming to fruition now, how God is dealing with him now that he's away from everybody, and the way things. I just believe that there's a humongous.
Hold on for a second. No plan in the chat, y'all. No plan in the chat.
And I believe that there is a humongous blessing that's going to come out of it for him. And he will be able to start and do things in a whole entirely different life.
So let me ask you this. How much do you think Robert is worth being home?
Being home.
Just give me a ballpark figure.
I believe he's worth billions of dollars.
Huh?
I believe he's worth billions of dollars because once it's amazing that I was listening to Tyree on Instagram, and he was giving another artist, another person, a producer, some information about a song that he wrote. And it was a song.
It was Carmen he was talking to.
About the Zodiac signs,
right.
Song that he wrote on the Zodiac. And he said that he called R. Kelly and asked him a question. And he said, R. Kelly told him, he said, sing the song, just keep singing the verses incredibly until the song ends. He said he does his song, he did every song like that. And it went right to the number one chart. He said that he did for R. Kelly.
Okay, EJ, Joe Budden. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. It was Joe Budden. So question.
Yeah.
So question. Wait, listen. And you said that he was worth billions, right?
I believe, yes.
Okay, give me a ballpark figure. Like 4 billion, 60 billion, 70 billion. Give me a ballpark figure on them billions.
I believe maybe around 40 or 50.
Okay, 40 or 50 billion. Now watch this. Multiply that times 10. Right?
Okay.
And that's how much he would be worth if he's dead. So when you talking numbers, just like Michael Jackson, just like Prince, you will be worth more if you're out of here versus than you were if you were here. So with him, he's resilient. They are trying to kill him. Look at it. Anytime a judge can say, I don't see no cases of COVID-19 in Chicago. Wait a minute, lady. Where the fuck have you been at? Excuse my French. I apologize for swearing, but where the fuck are you living at? How can you say there's no cases in Chicago and them niggas going crazy in the MCC?
Well, they let a lot of people out of the Greene County place in Illinois somewhere. They let a lot of people out of there for that.
You're missing the point that I'm making, though, Ms. Gwen.
Okay.
And the point that I'm making is the stereotype of the colored man, not the black man, because black and white don't have a standing in court. When you say black and white, and when you say I'm a black man, the first thing they're going to say is you ignorant because you don't know. But the injustice of the colored man. And as long as they can get away with it and say, y'all black people need to chill. And I keep saying it. Whenever somebody call you black, stop them, correct them, because you're not black. If you think I'm lying, go look up Black Law Addiction, Black Law 4th edition or 5th edition, or 2nd edition or 3rd or 1st edition, and look up the word black and look what it say. Black means death. Many colored people uses it because they don't know.
Wow.
So when you go into court and you speak black, that's why they look at you like, yo, what the fuck are you saying? What is black? Because black means death. So basically what they telling you is, y'all dead people, go back and chill. That's why they don't say, if you operate under your birth certificate, you're dead. No, they use a word called civic divus or civic vitus. That means dead at sea. As long as they can keep you dead at sea, you are nothing but a number. I'm going to ask you this question. Think about it. Robert haven't done nothing to nobody, right? Why do you think the heading say the United States of America, all caps, versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, all caps? The first thing we as a people should have been on, like, whoa. How the fuck can a corporation go after a human person? So they made him a corporation. How? By capitalizing all the letters in his name.
Because he is his own brand. He's a brand. He's become a brand.
You're missing it. A brand is a corporation. R. Kelly is a corporation.
Right.
Robert Sylvester Kelly is a human being.
Right.
That's why the IRS said, I want to know how much money Robert Sylvester Kelly made, because it's in all caps. They already got tabs on how much R. Kelly made.
Right.
The problem is a corporation cannot sue a person. A corporation can only sue a corporation. That's why they needed a Geronda. That's why they needed a Azriel. That's why they needed a Lanita to stand as first-hand knowledge. Why do you think Lisa Van Allen got taken out of the court docket? Think about it. She was Jane Doe number 2. Where did Jane Doe number 2 go? And why did they add Jane Doe number 6? That's a court game. That's illegal. But nobody's talking about it, so they're going to get away with it. I can go to Chicago and protest that right now, and they'll lock me up. Or they think they'll lock me up. What you have to realize is the biggest, and they'll lock me up. Or they think they'll lock me up.